chapter titled The Lord in the Heart, from second chapter, Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 2. In the last verse we have seen Śukadeva Gosvāmī quoting Brahmadev, Lord Brahma, that he has studied the entire Vedic literature 3 times, scrutinizingly, very scholarly. And then he came to the conclusion that Ratir Atman Yatho Bhavet, attraction for Krishna is the highest. Is the highest perfection of religion is attraction. And then in this verse onwards you will see he is explaining about the Lord in the heart, the Paramatma feature. In the last chapter you would have seen Śukadeva Gosvāmī explained about universal form, Virat Rupa. Now he is now going to explain about the Lord in the heart. And in this sloka, Bhagavan Sarva Bhuteshu, the one who is there in Sarva Bhuteshu, in all living entities, Swa Atmana, along with the individual self, Harihi, the Supreme Lord, Lakshitaha, Drashtair Buddhi Adibhi Drashta, by our seeing and by our perceiving this world all around us, by these symptoms, by these signs, Anumapakaihi, also by hypothesis, we can realize that Paramatma is with the soul in everybody. So Prabhupada starts with the question that many people ask, how do I know that God exists? I have not seen Him. Since I have not seen Him, how I can render service to Him? How I can surrender unto Him? If somebody is standing in front of me and if I know He is God, immediately I can surrender. Fall at His feet. Say, my Lord, save me. Very simple. Now the problem is, God is not in front of us. We are unable to see Him. So people will come up with this excuse, since I am unable to see Him, now how can I surrender? If Krishna is in front of you, it's easy to serve. Right? You, like Vidura, he is peeling the banana and he is giving. Of course, he is throwing the banana and he is giving peel. But anyway, so he is serving directly. So, since Krishna is not present, we cannot see Him. How can we surrender unto Him, or how can we serve Him? This is the question. So, Śukadeva Gosvāmī is saying, even a common man can understand and perceive that the Supreme Lord is along with the Atma. Swa Atmana Harihi. Hari is present in the heart. Now, how can we realize this? So Prabhupada says, we can realize by reason and perception. By using our reasoning power, our intelligence, buddhi adibhi drashta, using our buddhi, we can understand that there must be a supreme self within each and every body. This is what Śukadeva Gosvāmī has explained here, and Prabhupada elaborates in the purport, and he says the procedure is as follows. He explains the procedure. If you read this for 8 times, probably we will understand 1 or 2 lines, and if you read for years, then you can realize what Prabhupada is saying here. So don't think this purport is ordinary, an extraordinary purport, where Prabhupada is trying to explain to us how by intelligence we can understand the Super Self. But we will very soon see we have no intelligence to analyze and understand ourselves. We need intelligence of the spiritual master. That's why to see Krishna, to surrender to Him, you need the guidance of the spiritual master. So that guidance Prabhupada is giving here. The first thing that Prabhupada is saying is, he is bringing in the distinction between the seer and the seen. For example, I am seeing this recorder. So this is called seen and I am the seer. So Prabhupada is bringing the distinction between the seer and the seen. And so Prabhupada says, okay, not only this speaker, this whatever recorder, you are also seeing your hand. You are seeing your head, you are seeing your legs, you are seeing everything. Like here, the seer is different from the seen. Yes or no? I am different from the seen. Whatever I see, I am different. Yes or no? If you are able to see something, that means you are different. Different from the seen. This is a crucial point. So that's the first point Prabhupada is saying. The seer is distinct from the seen. Now you can see your body. That means the seer is distinct from the body. It's a very interesting argument for I am not this body concept. Many places Prabhupada quotes Dehino Asminada Dehe to prove that we are not this body. But here he is bringing in this concept of seer and the seen. For example, you are all seeing me, yes or no? You are seeing, otherwise you have to go to a doctor now immediately. Right, you are seeing. So that means I am different from you. Yes or no? I am different from you, you are different from me. We are all different. That's why I am able to see you. So if I am seeing this mobile, that means I am different from the mobile. I am seeing my hand, that means I am different from the hand. I am seeing my head, that means I am different from the head. I am seeing this body, means I am different from the body. This is the first. If you want to understand self-realization, you should know that the seer is different from the seen. This is what 13th chapter Bhagavad Gita Krishna calls the seer as the Kshetrajna. Kshetram, Kshetrajna. The Jnanam is called the real Jnanam. Is the real knowledge. Right? So now he goes to one more aspect, Prabhupada. First he establishes that the seer is different and the seen is different. And he says the seer is spiritual in nature. And what he is seeing is matter. Now this is the second conclusion he brings. Now how is that Prabhupada has come to that conclusion? He says that the seer is not satisfied with all the seen. With the seen, whatever he is seeing is not satisfied. There is a dissatisfaction for the seer. Why? Because whatever he is seeing is limiting him. He is feeling limitation. He is feeling bound. He is feeling conditioned by whatever he is seeing. For example, he is seeing this body and this body is conditioning him. What is the meaning of conditioning? Prabhupada, many places he says conditioning. Conditional existence. He says many. What is this conditioning? It's a straight understanding. There is nothing concoction. There is no big intelligence. Condition means condition. That's all. For example, as a soul, we want to fly, let us say. You cannot fly. Why? Because there is a condition there. You have to satisfy gravitational law. There is a condition put. See? So that law is conditioning you, your desire. It is conditioning the seer. Seer has many ideas. How to enjoy, how to fly, how to this, how to that. But he sees that, all the substance and everything that he is seeing is not helping him. the matter, the things around him are not satisfying. Why? Because he is conditioned. He is conditioned by so many laws. So many laws. For example, we all just had breakfast. And if you eat nicely, then the next condition is you will have to see, we know this condition we do. We all feel like sleeping. There's the next condition. Why we feel sleepy like that? And it's a frustration for the seer. I want to hear. I want to follow sadhana. But the seer is dissatisfied with the conditioning effects of the scene. Scene means the matter all around. So that's why Prabhupada is saying the seer must be a different quality and the scene must be a different quality. That's why he is not satisfied. If the qualities are different, not satisfied. Seer is different in quality because his expectations are different. He is jubilant, he is anandamayo, happy, jumping, this and that. But the scene, the matter is of a different quality. It doesn't allow you to fly like that. So that's why the seer is spiritual in nature, a different quality, and the scene is matter that is limiting him. So here Prabhupada is establishing that we are spiritual the seer is spiritual in quality. And he goes to the third step and he says, since you are only a seer inside, you have no power to move, you have no independent power to move things. This is the next conclusion Prabhupada goes into. How? How it is possible? Huh? I cannot, because I am only a seer. Let us somebody told you, only see, that's all, don't do anything, just see. And you are seeing. And you want this recorder to move. Then what should I do? I have no independent power to move this, I have to depend on somebody. Now this is the next point Prabhupada is establishing. You are only a seer, inside this body too, you are only a seer, and your body is moving, you don't have independent power to move this body. Same example. You take this recorder example. Right? So I am only seer, but I want this recorder to move. I have no independent Shakti, power to move this recorder. I have to depend on somebody. Yes or no? Depend on somebody, right? Now let us say I tell all of you, just watch. Only see. You are all seers now. And then I will tell you, you move that light here. Now can you move? I told you only to see. But I am also telling you to move that. Then you will be watching, you will be hinting. Move. You will be asking somebody to move. Right? You have no independent power. You cannot move because you are only a seer. Now extend that. Inside our bodies we are sitting as just seers. Just Kshetrajna. We are just sitting, that's all. But then I want this body to move. I want to enjoy, I want to eat. Now for example, we had a nice breakfast. So do you think you ate? No. You are only seeing that the body is eating. You are only a seer, but you want to eat. Now you have no independent power to eat like that. You have to depend on somebody else to eat. This is the third point Prabhupada is saying. When you are a seer, if you want something to move, you cannot move independently. You have to depend on somebody. And that somebody, Prabhupada says, is Super Self. that super self, you have to depend on the super self to eat, to move, to do anything in this world, even to think, feel, will. For everything, you have to depend on a higher authority called super self. So under the super self's direction, intelligence only, you will be able to do anything in this world. That's why in 18th chapter, Krishna, he explains that there are 5 factors to every action, accomplishment of any. Let us say, he says, adhishthānam tatha karta. Where is that verse? Panchayatani mahabāho karanani nibodhame. The 5 factors karana. And then adhishthānam tatha karta. Adhishthānam means the place, body, karta, the soul, karanam, senses, prithakvidam, different endeavors, and then daivam chaivatra, the Supreme Lord. And in the next verse, Krishna explains, Sharira van manobhiya karma prarabhate nara nyayam va viparitam va panchayite tasya hetavaha. He says, whatever right or wrong a man performs by body, mind or speech is caused by these 5 factors. The Lord is also involved in all these 5 factors. What is that? Manasa, vacha, karmana. You make a bad word, you utter a curse, or you scold somebody or chastise somebody, even that activity has these 5 factors. Everywhere these 5 factors are compulsory. And in the next verse he is saying, Tatraivam sati kartaram atmanam kevalam tuyaha pashyati akruta buddhitva nasa pashyati durmati. Therefore, one who thinks himself the only doer, not considering these 5 factors, is certainly not very intelligent and cannot see things as they are. Krishna is saying, then he is actually durmati, nasa pashyati durmati, pashyati akruta buddhitva. He is saying he is not properly seeing. So anything that happens in this world, any either good or bad, by manasa, vacha, karmana, that's all, only these 3. There is nothing more, these 3. You will do everything with these 3 only, manasa, vacha and karmana. So anything plus or minus that happens, these 5 factors are there, particularly daivam, the super self is present. And if somebody thinks, I did it, only I did it, I am the only doer, then Krishna is saying he is durmati. He has not understood. He cannot see things properly. Becomes durmati. So I think next sloka also it continues that thread. Okay. So, now how exactly the Lord is involved? That's what Prabhupada has explained. Step 1, step 2, step 3, he has explained. Since you are only a seer, you have to depend on somebody else in order to move or in order to do anything. Actually, always you will be following the direction. You will not be able to do anything without following the direction. Continuously you are listening to your mind and intelligence. Without looking at the mind, you will not be able to do anything. That's why Krishna in one of the places he says, Prabhupada, that work happens twice. once in the mind and once in outside. If you are not doing any work properly, that means in the mind you have not done that work properly. We call that mental work as planning. So you have to plan. Without that you cannot do proper work. You have to visualize first in the mind, and once you have to see that visual pictures in the mind. Based on that you will be doing in the outside world also. If the plan is clear in your mind, your actions will be very clear. You have to see that the plan. You always have to listen to the mind and intelligence. You have to look at the intelligence. Right? And that intelligence is the form direction of the Supreme Personality of Godhead in the form of Paramatma. That's what Prabhupada is mentioning here. So these are the steps in which Prabhupada proves that even a common man can see by his seeing and perception, the way he is acting, he can see that he has to depend on the super soul's direction. And then in the last paragraph, Prabhupada is concluding that the feature of the Lord in the heart, that is not the complete feature. Why? Because Paramatma is more or less acting like a order supplier. He supplies. The Jiva is saying, I want that. He is saying the record should be moved. And Paramatma is making arrangements to move it. And I say, I want to go from here to that water, this thing. And then the Lord moves this body through Prakriti. The body is moving. And then I am thinking, yes, I am moving. I am this body, so I am moving. And then when we go there, then we'll say, yes, now I want to drink water. These things are happening automatically in your mind. Your mind is saying, I want to drink, and then you see a drinking picture in your mind, and then you drink also. Sometimes when you are about to get sneezing, let us say, first you see sneezing happening in the mind, and immediately, you will also be doing. You will be seeing that sometimes while doing cycling in the beginning days, when you are going to the next one hole, you think, I should not fall. I should not fall into the pit. You think. But in the mind, if you see that you are falling into the pit, you will see, with the cycle you will go and fall into the pit. You always follow your mind, please remember. Your intelligence. Always. Actually, we don't know. Always. That's when the mind you imagine yourself sitting nicely and chanting Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Actually, you will chant nicely like that. But you are seeing all spaced out things here. You are also spaced out. Let us say you are there in the room and everybody is sitting nicely and chanting Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. What will be your reaction? That is, everybody is sitting nicely and chanting Hare Krishna. Then what you will feel like? You also want to sit and nicely chant Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Because you see and then you imitate. You immediately take it. You follow. This is our nature. We are like a tiny jivas. We have to always follow. We have to follow the authority. We have to follow the supreme authority, Krishna, and his representative, Prabhupada. This is the only nature. This is the nature of the jiva. We will see something in the mind and as directed by intelligence, and we will be doing. Within the same bodily tree, then the purport of the revealed scriptures becomes clear in our vision. It becomes clear. And there is no difficulty in realizing Krishna. So we have to pray to the director. There is a director. One department is the director of intelligence. Krishna's feature as Narayana. He is seated. And then he is, if you pray to him, then the purport of all the revealed scriptures will be revealed. becomes clear in front of our vision, and then there is no difficulty in reaching Him. But generally it's not easy, not at all easy to perceive Paramatma's actions and His intelligence, how He is mixing, how He is giving this intelligence to us. Not easy to realize. Sometimes we don't know whether the intelligence has come from Paramatma or from Maya. You may get some idea, and we are not really sure whether it has come from the Lord or from Maya. Maya also gives. Basically, everybody is trying to influence your mind and intelligence and control you. You will be controlled through the intelligence and then through the subtle body. So they control you. So either Maya controls or Krishna controls. But we are not sure. That is why it is recommended that you directly get connected to the deity, who is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and also surrender to Paramatma's external feature, and that is the spiritual master. Spiritual master is the form of Paramatma, visible to our manifest eyes, visible to our eyes, manifest to our eyes. So, by taking instructions from Guru, slowly you will understand how to obey. You are a servant anyway, you are obeying your mind, always. But then currently mind is controlled by Maya. So by obeying it, you are only becoming more and more dissatisfied. But once you learn to obey the orders of your superiors, your senior Vaishnavas, your authorities, your Guru, like that, once you become a yes servant, yes Prabhu, an obedient servant, then you will be able to receive instructions from Super Soul. That is that ultimate goal of our life, to receive instructions from the spiritual master purely, and also to receive further instructions from the Paramatma. And then it will not be difficult to reach the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna. For example, we have conducted book distribution marathon, and we have recognized all doers. You are the number one doer. We give number one prize, second prize. But here we are saying, we are not the doers. So the prize also should go to whoever is the doing. Not us. But anyway, so the jivas, the main function of the jiva is desire. This is the most powerful. The moment the jiva desires, then things will start. This desiring is the doing of the jiva. That's all. What is the jiva doing? It is doing. It is desiring. That's all. Let us say you are sitting in the car as a passenger behind in the back seat, and you are only a seer. You have no other control, you are just seeing. So what can you do? You will only tell the driver, look, go to Kachiguda. That's all you can say. You say, see, I want to experience how Kachiguda looks. Take me to Kachiguda. Or I want to go to Golconda Fort, Charminar. Or you can also say, I want to go to Chilkur Balaji, Birla Temple. What you say to the driver, that's what matters. Accordingly, you will get the experience. If you tell him to go to Golconda Fort, he will go. After getting there, why did I come here? You are dissatisfied. Because that experience of Golconda Fort is not good for you. You are dissatisfied. This is what is happening to us in this world. We are Brahmanda Brahmate Kona Bhagyavan Jiva. We are simply roaming all over, looking at where is that place, where is that experience which will satisfy me fully. We are hoping for a combination of some circumstances which will make us feel very happy. That's why we will travel to this way, that way, this way, that way. searching for the same happiness. Where will I get that happiness? Brahmanda Brahmate, going up and down. Interestingly, even if you go to heavenly planets also, you are not satisfied. That's why Prabhupada is saying the seer is not satisfied because he is a spirit sitting in this car made out of matter. And matter cannot give the experience that spirit wants. This is a problem. It cannot give. It's a limitation of the substance. Matter cannot give that experience that spirit wants. Now what does spirit wants? Spirit wants spiritual happiness, spiritual touch. It wants to touch Krishna's feet. That touch is missing. Now when you touch, your robo is touching, your car is touching one more car. Both the seers are dissatisfied. They are seeing that cars are touching, but they are dissatisfied. And petrol, filling, but dissatisfied. Now we did the petrol filling in the morning breakfast. You are seeing that you are eating, but you are not satisfied. The touch of Krishna is missing. Spirit touch is missing. Everywhere matter. So slowly you will perceive these things when you go on doing our sadhana, service and obedience and all that. Slowly we start realizing more and more. You want to see spirit, one more spirit, but you are only seeing matter everywhere. This is the frustration. What you want to touch one more spirit, but when you touch, you are touching matter. This is our problem. In this world, we want spirit, but everywhere it's available is matter. This is the contradiction that we see always.
That means we are also matter now. Everywhere is matter, that means we are also matter.
That's why Prabhupada is establishing how the seer is able to see, whereas matter cannot see. This table cannot see. Say, wow, so many people are there. Matter cannot. At any point of time in its evolution of the matter can never see, matter can never move.
Science is developing a concept called matter has a consciousness.
Yeah. Prabhupada says, trust no future. Trust no future, however nice the posture check is.
The scientists proposed and they are working on it.
No, there is a consciousness, but anyway, that what they say consciousness, we don't know. We'll see. If the tables can speak, very interesting. Spiritual world, that's possible. Tables will speak, everything will speak, everything can move, is conscious everywhere. They'll say, hey Haribol, where are you going today? The table will ask. That's all possible. But here it's not possible. You can see yourself also, but that's not easy. Seeing yourself is the self-discovery. You have to go through a journey of self-discovery. You can read that book. To see ourselves, to discover ourselves, what is my nature, to see myself as a spirit, that's a long process, and you will not be able to see unless you see Krishna. Like unless sun comes, you cannot see your body. Similarly, you cannot see your soul unless you see Krishna, the super soul. So this is the journey. We have to go through this journey. Yeah.
So, seer is distinct from seeing. The same reason applies for I body and my body as well.
Yeah. There's one more argument Prabhupada says. Nobody says I body. They all say my body. So who is that mine? Who is claiming that this body is mine? Who is that? My body. So that that person who is claiming that it is my body is actually the spirit soul. There are various arguments. There is one argument for I am not this body. The seer and seen is a powerful argument. You can convince many people. Dehano Yasmina also one more. That's Lord himself has given that logic. Somebody is fortunate and intelligent, he can understand. But the top two religions have no idea, proper idea about the soul. Christianity says animals have no soul. They are like vegetables moving. So they have no soul. And then they say non-Christians also have no soul. But the moment they become baptized, they get converted to Christianity, at that time soul enters. Till then there is no soul. That's why previously killing non-Christians or non-Muslims, they say anyway there is no soul there. Kill him off. Some of those concepts were there. Now they are improving because they are reading Bhagavad Gita every day. To defeat Bhagavad Gita, they are reading every day. So anyway, they are picking up some points also. And the point is, because Lord knows our past and He knows our present, that's how He knows our future. Currently what you are doing and also what you were previously, based on that the Lord knows your future. He knows all the combinations of your future directions. He has got no confusion. But exactly what step, that even Lord has excitement. But He knows all possible steps that you are likely to take. You understood? All combinations He knows. And if you take a certain step, He knows now what is our next future. Everything like that He knows. But exactly what is our next step? That Lord knows all your 100 steps that you are likely to take, but exactly the next step. Particularly in spiritual life, when you accept spiritual life, then Lord becomes very happy. And an opportunity came, somebody knocked at the door, tuck, 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 opened the door, and one ISKCON devotee is standing with a book. Now opportunity has brought, come to your doorstep, now Lord is watching. Whether He will take or not. He is also watching. It's not that, I know all these things. Lord is sleeping, I know what is their future. No, He is also very anxiety, He is watching. How you are going to use your free will? He is saying. And if you accept, He knows what is the future. If you don't accept now, again He knows. Like that drama we saw yesterday. First time that devotee comes and knocks his door. Yes. But Lord knows what is his future. All common. And again at an appropriate time He comes. Lord brings him. So it's a little complex to understand the free will, Lord's omni present and omnipotency, future, all those is very complex to understand. Krishna has no ignorance, He knows all future of all living entities. But still there is a free will is been given to you to choose all possible future combinations. There is a free will given to you. Yes, there is an end to this material entire cosmic situation. Once Mahavishnu takes everything inside, there will be a huge gap. Again he breathes out. So that situation is there. It simply desires that I would like to do something. And then moment he desires, the super soul who is observing this desire, he orders the nature, material nature, to carry it out. Moment Lord sanctions it, material nature, chak, it works. He organizes the whole thing and you are there. But why Krishna sanctions in some cases, why Paramatma doesn't sanction in some cases? For ordinary people, it's because of their destiny. So as soon as somebody desires, his destiny will be checked. If destiny is there, Lord will permit. Yes, go ahead and implement. And you will see that person gets help from everywhere. Material nature is helping. Chak, things are coming and falling in place. Like there is one politician in Karnataka, local party. He became Prime Minister one day. Nobody ever thought that some local party in Karnataka becoming Prime Minister. Mr. Satya Gaura, for example, he has become Prime Minister. He himself wouldn't have expected it. But he has a desire and his karma permitted. So material nature is planning when to make him sit there. Some crisis, political crisis, parties, realment, and then suddenly he became there. After some time, combinations are changing again, he is out of it. These material combinations are like that. Some combinations are becoming favorable to some people, some combinations will become for some people. This is what it is. Habudubu bhai. One wave comes, somebody goes up, they'll think, yes, I am the doer, I am the greatest, all those things. Already some people have gone down. And then once this is coming down, then these guys will become, they goes back into the limelight. And some other people are going into the wave and they'll think, yes, we are the new gods. I think like that, these waves are like this and goes up. Now some 100 people are there, the world top richest. No guarantee that the 100 will survive. There is one energy drink in US become so popular. That energy drink was floated by an Indian. So popular, he went up like anything. But after a quarter or some 6 months or 1 year, his enemies have worked and his material combinations have changed. He came down. No, he is no more the number one. Why? Because continuously the nature, combinations are changing. Chak. Very difficult. So Lord is also watching, okay, what do you want? So that's why what we do is, because we are not sure how strong is our desire, what we do is, we keep Prabhupada in the front. Prabhupada wants 100 Bhagavad Gita. Are you sure? Prabhupada. If you keep Prabhupada in the front, you will see whole material nature cooperates with you. That the whole nature is working to satisfy. Why? Prabhupada has already given his directions, he has given his desires, and Krishna already sanctioned all those. Shastra already mentions 10,000 years, whatever you all desire is going to be fulfilled. Over, already written, sanctioned. It's all there. Now you have to just run and achieve those, unearth those results. That's all it is. It's already there in the bank. You have to just go and withdraw. Already there. Okay? So this is our this thing. We take Prabhupada, we push Prabhupada in the front. We try to do whatever he is desiring, I am doing it. Then things will happen. For example, we came here when we are starting to construct this temple. In our account, around 3 lakh rupees is there. That monthly salaries are around 6 lakhs. That month also is not possible. No, temple is getting ready for inauguration. And not even ordinary temple, it's a golden temple. Now how is that? Not because of our material intelligence. Somebody smartly planned it out and everybody smartly worked. No. Right? That's not the understand. Prabhupada wanted a temple here. We do Prabhupada's name. Prabhupada, if you want a temple here, if you want preaching to expand in this city, bless us with this preaching tool. Temple is a preaching tool for our sampradaya. That is not end. Abhi to temple aa gaya, that's it. Over. Our preaching is over in there. No, this is beginning. This is only a preaching tool. So, devotees desire to fulfill Prabhupada's desire, and so somehow Prabhupada has agreed that okay, chalo, let them have this too. And that's why we are seeing, everybody came, they're giving money, they're giving gold, they're giving everything. Sometimes some people eye differently also. They also will come. But they want to take away property, they want to take away the land, they want to take away. Lord uses them also in the whole masala. And then finally it will become a tasty food. He uses them also. You need little spice, somewhere. Some spice is required. That spice also Krishna will add.